Hello there, fellow adventurer. Welcome back to yet another ESO guide. But this one's not your average everyday run-of-the-mill guide. This one's actually quite special, as it is our very first user-requested guide. In the last one that we did on how to get the Merry Mead Maker, link in the card above, a fellow adventurer by the name of Jessica decided to take us up on our call to action and requested that we cover all the Wrothgar items. So that's what we're going to do. In this video, we're going to go over where all 22 of the museum pieces are, as well as all the achievements that you need to get so that you can obtain all the relics. And make sure you stick around to the end as we tell you all the special rewards linked to getting all of the relics, as well as share some of the fun mishaps that happened along our journey. Now let's go find Rose.
Whose downfall shall we plot today? Surely you must know some poor fool who deserves your vengeance?
Yes, I do. Robert clearly deserves my vengeance. Why am I still in his servitude? He's clearly healed.
Hello there, Doc. I'm looking for an update to see how much longer it's going to take me to get back to work.
Actually, from what I can tell, it looks like you've made a full recovery and you're ready to get back to it.
Would you mind reading that again? I think you might have missed one of the notes from one of the other doctors.
You know what? I think I do remember seeing a note. It says that you're going to be out for... How many months did you need?
Ah, the sweet ignorance. The best advice I can give a mortal is this. Never ask a question to which you do not know the answer.
Do you Drumore always talk in riddles? If I knew the answer to my question, I wouldn't be asking.
Give me a moment. Ah, yes. I recall that distinct smell of food.
But wait, you didn't answer my
I might as well
question.
indulge in some cake.
Darn, Raynar's cooking strikes again. Not that I blame her. He does make a mean sweet roll. Well, while I'm here, might as well look at the job board. Huh. Wrothgar? Jessica must be crazy. No one's going to be caught dead going to that frigid wasteland. I feel bad for the poor twit who takes that quest. Ooh, now that is a quest worth getting into.
Ah, there you are, Rose. Looks like you found our next job. Why don't you go ahead and grab that off the board for me?
So we're actually going on a fun adventure with the Dark Brotherhood. I'll grab my gear, my best man-hunting gear.
No. I think you're looking at the wrong job. I signed us up to take on Jessica's quest.
Oh, darn, it doesn't appear I have the proper equipment for this quest. I'll freeze to death. Looks like you have to do this one alone.
Don't worry, I've got all the equipment you could ever want to keep warm.
Of course you do.
Let me just say, it's no exaggeration when I say we cover a lot inside this video. So if you find yourself needing to revisit any of the sections, feel free to go down below and use the timestamps we've left for you. Also, a quick note on the first half of this video. When we cover all the items, for the exception of the first two, you can actually collect these in any order that you wish. So don't feel like you have to start wherever we start. With that said, let's go ahead and get on to the great and awesome Orsimer Utopia, known as Orsinium. You can find this amazing place in Wrothgar. And once you step inside, you want to make your way to the House of Orsimer Glories, located right about here on the map. When you get there, you want to meet up with the curator, Umatha.
Isn't she the orc that says,
Welcome to the newly established Museum of Wrothgar, the House of Orsimer Glories, and I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you to go traipse around in search of historic treasures.
Well, I wouldn't say she says it exactly like that. Now, the quest, if you choose to accept it, is to go out and find 20 different orcish antiquities. Oh yeah, you heard me right, she was dealing in antiquities before it was even cool. But instead of finding stuff for yourself, you're going to bring it on back to the museum. But before you start this scavenger hunt that'll take you all across Wrothgar, talk with the curator so she can give you the quest, Awaken the Past. She helps you out by giving you your first item, the Agra Crun. You'll want to follow her instructions and place it downstairs on this display. After that, why don't you go back up there and talk to her? She'll tell you all about the second item, Uzdabikh's Helm.
You gave Dobby clothes? Now Dobby can be free.
Wrong franchise, Rose.
Oh, sorry, this isn't the School for Witchcraft and Registry. I always get those confused. We both have wizards. Anyways, don't be like this twit here and try to go and get the helm before it tells you to get the helm. Make sure you're on the quest, Awaken the Past, on the part that says to get the helm. You're going to waste a lot of time like he did.
Though the quest does a good job of putting you in the right area, let me just tell you, it's right outside of Sorrow, on the other side of the landing, right behind this box. With that done, get back to the museum and put it on its display, and then chat with the curator one last time to wrap up the quest you're on. She will reward you by telling you there's more out there and give you the curator's list of sought-after relics.
It's just a glorified shopping list.
Now this is the point where I say if you like a good treasure hunt, we should part ways and you go have fun. But we both know that's not why you're here. So let's move on to grabbing up the closest item, and that would be the Map of Clans. You'll find this relic sitting right about here on the map. All you need to do for this one is go out the main gates of Orsinium and take a left. Then you'll go down the main road and go off to the right. You'll eventually see a couple of enchanters sitting right there in a rock, in front of a broken cart. With just a little bit of gentle nudging to move them out of the way, you'll see the map, right here. Let's go ahead and get on to the next item, which is over here at a delve called the Argent Mine. This is where we're going to grab up the liquid silver.
Robert, stop talking to yourself and get up here.
All right, let's go. When you get inside, you'll want to head on over to this area on the map. When you do get to this area, you'll want to handle the lookouts as quietly as possible. Then you'll want to make your way over to the area in the back. When you get there, you'll see a soon-to-be unguarded tent. Within this tent, you'll see the item right there on the table. All right, Rose, why don't you cover this next one? I've got to hit the little Breton's room.
So much for a portable chamber pot. Fine. Let's go. Ooh, what is that? Finally. I'll be darned if I don't get some gold out of this quest. Well, while I pick this, let me just tell you where we're going next. The next area is called Exile's Barrow, where you're going to find the first charter. Although you could probably find this place on your own, it's located right here on the map. First, you're going to head to the Morgul Way Shrine. Then, you're going to get on your mount, you're going to go through this oddly deformed tree branch, and go through the town. After that point, you'll see some stone archways. You're going to want to follow that up until you get to the barrow. Once you're there, you don't want to go in the barrow. We're going to go along the wall to the backside and up the hill. You want to take the path in between the rocks on the right. Go up this path and around the rock. Then you're going to jump on top of this boulder here. And right there, behind the ogres is where you'll find it. Okay, here's the plan. I'll take the guy on the left. You take the guy...
I call dibs on the book. You do the rest.
Of course you do. So much for being team player. Fine, I needed to warm up anyways. It's rather cold here. Why is it taking you so long to grab the darn book? You're supposed to be grabbing the book, not reading it.
You know you can't rush these things. Next, we're going to head on over to Frostbreak Fortress. This is where we're going to pick up the Frostbreak Chalice. We're going to start our hike here at the Frostbreak Ridge Way Shrine.
The only thing that's going to break here is you if you don't hurry up. It's cold. Let's get moving.
Always in such a rush. Okay, we will head to the encampment south of the Way Shrine. You will take that left and cut through this area. Then you'll want to head to this gateway right in the back. Once you go through it, you want to take that left and follow it till you get to this main path. You'll then want to follow that up all the way to the entrance of the fortress. From here, you'll just want to go straight forward and put the fear of the spear in anybody who gets in your way. As you keep advancing forward, you want to stay straight until you get to these stairs. When you get down these stairs, you want to head to the tower off to the right. Once inside, you should see it right over there on the crates.
Finally, somewhere to keep my wine. I guess this trip wasn't a waste after all. I think I can fit a whole bottle in there.
Now don't be eager to rush off just yet. Let me tell you about our next location, which is right over here at the Unfinished Dome.
Such fickle creatures! You disturb the slave's work.
This is where we're going to try to quietly take the heart of Zandadunoz. Now, if you don't want to deal with this, then I would suggest taking this path as you come across the bridge. You keep left through here. You'll eventually come to this little sacrificial table. You'll see the heart right here.
I don't know who they're trying to fool, but that's clearly a giant's heart. I'm no expert, but even I know that's not his.
There will be plenty of time to ponder that as we head over to this unassuming cave. It's located right down from Honor's Rest. This is where we're going to dig around in the dirt for the Torc of Baloth Bloodtusk. Once you have ducked security and made it inside, you want to head over to this area on the map. I hope you're ready to hold your nose and close your eyes so that you can reach in for a surprise, because we're looking for a necklace, and it's inside one of these coffins.
Oh, Robert, you must be thrilled. Your favorite pastime, desecrating corpses.
It's not really grave robbing if the king himself wants this relic.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Robert.
And look at that, it's cleaner than I expected.
Ugh, how is it still gooey?
Don't worry, I know exactly how to take care of that.
How on earth are you going to clean it? What are you doing?
And there you go, the dirt covers it right up.
Robert, that's completely pointless. Now it's just a bunch of muddy goo.
Now that we've properly covered this item, let's go ahead and head on to our next destination, which is right over here at Thukhozod Sanctum. You can find this little delve of horrors right over here on the map, and this is where we're going to pick up Thukhozod's bracer. As soon as you step foot in here, you want to make your way over to this spot on the map. To do that, you have to make your way through the spooky, scary skeletons and the shambling zombies. When you finally reach this lovely room of death, you'll want to look over to the left on that bench, and you'll see the bracelet sitting there waiting on you. Oh yeah, and don't linger too long, or you'll have to deal with something that has a colossal bone to pick with you. Well, he won't be skulking around anymore.
Really, Robert? Let me guess, an Argonian told you that one.
How did you know? Anyway, are you ready to head out?
If it's to a nice warm inn where I can rest my head and hide from you, then sure. If it's to go on another one of your adventures, then no. I just want to go to a nice warm fire. So warm. Wait a minute. How did I get here?
Well, you got blindsided by a gutless enemy.
Robert, please. If I have to hear another one of your skeleton puns, I'm not going to be the only one with the lump on the side of the head. Where do we need to go next?
Our next stop is a troll-guarded cave on the coastline, right down the road from Old Orsinium, which happens to be right about here on the map. This is where we're going to pick up the Horn of Beasts.
Yes. I remember that grumpy old troll. First, you go all the way down this dirt road, all the way to the very end. You're going to veer to the right and go all the way down to the waterfront. Follow it down along the coast until you see a cave, and right there in the back, that's where you'll find the horn. Robert, do you think you can handle the next one on your own? I'd like to warm up by the fire for a moment.
Sure thing, Rose. I'll get the next one. And lucky for us, it just happens to be right above us at the public dungeon, Old Orsinium, right over here on the map. And this is where we're going to come to get the Hammer of Glass. When you get inside, you have to journey all the way to the back of this dungeon to find the hammer. So that means once you get out of this cave, you want to make your way on over to this door. Once you get inside there, you want to go through this little section and go towards the highlighted area above. Eventually, it will lead up to this area right here. After you share some of the more illuminating points of why you need to get through, you'll want to descend down below. As you make your way down, the area you're looking for is right over here. When you get there, you'll see this area. You'll have to go up these stairs and continue straight until you see this area. Make sure you keep going straight and go through these doors right here. As you continue on down this path, you'll want to take that first right that you come to and go through these doors. Keep going straight until you reach this chamber right here. And over to the left, by this bed, await your hammer. Let's go ahead and move on to our next stop, which is right over here at Paragon's Remembrance. You can find it right here on the map. This is where we're going to take back the Trinimac house idol. Right outside this place, you'll see a group of happy campers just minding their own business. You'll want to channel your inner beast mode and chase them off. Once you've done that, you want to go into this tent. And off to the right, inside of this crate, sits the idol. Don't rush off just yet. We're going to go ahead and grab our next item while we're here, because it too is next to Paragon's Remembrance. And that item would be the Centurion Signet. In order to get this ancient Orcish trinket, you want to make your way through the inside of Paragon's Remembrance. As you make your way through, you may encounter some enthusiastic Vosh worshippers. They will rush at the chance to get you to worship with them. Just don't feel bad when you inevitably have to decline their offer. Just be sure to let them down gently. After you make your way out at the back of the ruins, make sure you come over to the edge of the scaffolding and drop down. And right behind you, on your standard issue skeleton, sits the Signet. But if you're not into all that extra work, you can just take the easy way.
What? There was an easier way?
If you're coming to Paragon's Remembrance from the main road, you'll see a rock off to the left. Go ahead and run up that rock until it meets with the scaffolding. Then it's just as easy as jumping up there and grabbing that item. These next items are a lot easier to find, so let's go ahead and go through them really quick. The next item's right behind Orsinium, at a boss at the King Chief's throne. You'll find this area right about here on the map. This is where you'll find the Scepter of the Riekr King Chief. When you do get to this area where the boss is, you'll want to look over to the right where this tent is, and you'll see the Scepter leaning right there on this fence. This next item sitting right outside the public dungeon, Rekindleth. This is where you're going to find the Eye of Zthenganaz. As you head towards the entrance of the public dungeon, you'll look off to the right and see a rock formation. Right behind this rock formation, you'll see the eye sitting right there buried in the snow. Now let's take a short walk over to this next area, which is close to a boss over here by Nuzava Falls. It's inside of a Dwemer-like structure right here on the map. This is where we're going to find the Dwarf Light. This item is super easy to recover. Once you find your way up there, you want to stay left past this twisted tree. And you want to go back to this corner over here. You'll see the Dwarf Light sitting right there on the ground. Next up is Nuzava's Anvil. As you can see, the wagon took a slight detour into this river right about here on the map. To make your way over to this busted buggy, you want to head on over here to the Icy Shore Way Shrine. From here, you want to go straight down this path and cross the bridge. After you've crossed the bridge, you want to go slightly right. And from there, you should see the wagon. Go ahead and relieve these guys of their duty so you can claim your Anvil. Let's keep this pace up by heading to our next destination, which is right over here at Farin's Stronghold. The stronghold itself is located right here on the map. This is where we're going to seek out Guthrag's mask. This one's hidden back in an obscure place, so let me guide you to it right quick. We will start over here on the main road by the bridge. You want to make your way across the bridge and into the stronghold. Continue straight on this path until you see a little bonfire. Then you're going to take that left, coming up. You'll follow that little winding road until you get to this area right here with all the buildings. You're going to cut right through here and go up the stairs. Once up the stairs, you're going to go in between the house and the wall and take that right, going towards the forge. When you get to the end of the forge, you're going to take that left and go up the undefined path. When you reach the top of that hill, you'll see a watchtower. Go ahead and make your way up to the top of that watchtower. When you get there, you'll look off to the back corner and you'll see the mask sitting right there. Now that we've crammed another relic into our pack of holding, let's go ahead and head on to our next destination, which is right over here at the Mad Ogre's Altar. It's right about here on the map. This is where you're going to pick up the Mad Urkazbur's Ice-Effigy. If you keep a low enough profile, you won't even have to fight this thing. If you're looking at the area from this angle, you'll look over and see a rock overhang. Underneath it, you'll see some tanning racks and some barrels, and your Ice-Effigy will be sitting right there. It's getting a little chilly out here. Let's go on to our next area, which is right over here at a place called Cold Perch Cavern. It's located right about here on the map. This is where we've come to get the Black Quill. After dipping into this delve, you want to make your way to this spot on the map. Once you get there, you'll see this cozy little camping kit. And right there, you'll see the quill, or at least the bag containing the quill. Now that we have all 20 items, we need to go ahead and head on back to the museum and put them all on their displays. Once that 20th item rests in this spot, you'll receive the Wrothgar Master Relic Hunter achievement.
Robert, why are these 2 cases here empty? Is this something you're not telling us?
We did get all 20. Oh, you mean those 2 cases. Those 2 items are unique outside of all the other relics. One of them requires a lot of work.
Of course, more work. Why am I not surprised that you left that little detail out? Fine, get on with it so we can get going.
Well, if you insist, let's start with Coldwind's Skull. This particular relic is locked behind the Hero of Wrothgar achievement. To get this achievement, you have to do 6 other achievements. One of them being the Wrothgar Relic Hunter achievement. This achievement is given to you if you at least collect 16 of the 20 items. We've more than satisfied that requirement by collecting all 20 of them. The next achievement you want to go for is the Defender of Orsinium. To get this one, you have to go out there and beat at least 4 of the world bosses. After that, there's the Wrothgar Master Delver. This one will have you going out there and finding and completing all 6 delves.
Complete? What do you mean by complete? What is there left for us to do?
Oh, that just means you have to go in there, find, and defeat the boss within. Next up is the Wrothgar Dungeon Slayer achievement. For this one, you'll have to go out there and defeat at least 3 of the champions, aka bosses, in both public dungeons at Old Orsinium and Recundalift. Next to last is the Kingmaker achievement. For this one, it wants you to complete the main storyline quests. For those who don't know what those quests are, they are A King-Sized Problem, The Anger of a King, Blood on the King's Hands, and Long Live the King.
You said it was hard work, not that it would take a million years. Seriously, Robert, what's next? You're going to tell me that we have to complete every quest in the zone?
Oh, you're so close. The Wrothgar Grand Adventurer achievement. It only requires you to do 40 of the unique quests.
Oh, only 40?
Oh, and a quick note. As you're going through doing the quest and you get up to Sorrow, and you see the quest for Sorrow's Kiss, make sure you side with Lady Laurent when you get to the end. That will ensure that Torog's armlet will actually show up in the museum display case. This relic is purely optional. You don't need it for any of your achievements. But if you're OCD like me and don't want an empty spot in your museum, just side with Lady Laurent. Anyway, after you wrap all that up, you'll be given the achievement and the title of Hero of Wrothgar.
How on earth are you doing that?
This will unlock the quest that holds Coldwind's Skull. You'll more than likely see it on a billboard as you come from the Way Shrine, or you can talk to the curator to get this quest. On this last item, we're not going to guide you through it as the quest does a good job leading you right to it. So after you enjoy the touching tale of an orc king and his pet bear, you want to go ahead and take this on back to its display. Now you can sit back and enjoy this fully filled museum.
Seriously, Robert, did you just drag me all over Wrothgar to put some things behind display cases?
Oh no, you know me, Rose. I don't do anything for free. For those who nab all the items, minus the optional one of course, you'll unlock 3 epic new costumes. The Old Orsinium Sentry, Trinimac's Penitent Knight, and the Cavalier of the Sworn Oath. Now you're ready to get out there and show those wannabes what a real hero looks like. And that about wraps it up for this video. I know it was a long one, but I hope it definitely helps you out in your journey on finding all these items. Hey, and if this guide did help you, why don't you go ahead and go down below and give us a like. It helps us know that we're going in the right direction. While you're down there, why not subscribe and maybe hit that bell for notifications for when we let out new videos. We also have a Twitter, @KaisersGB. So if you have any questions on any of the guides or just want to see what we're up to, you can catch us there. Now if you'll excuse me, Dagon's knocking on our door and I don't want to keep him waiting. So we'll leave you with a couple of outtakes for you to enjoy while you decide what you want to watch next. And as always, we hope to see you in the next one. And this one requires a lot of work.
Hi, Daddy!
Well, looks like you're not the only one saying hello.
Oh, look, Robert, your favorite pastime. Decorating cake? I didn't mean to hit that one.
Oh,
Oops.
Well, it's never a bad time to have cake.
I suppose not. Well, I guess it is a good time for a break, yes?
I guess so. Let me go get me some of that.
Looks good.